Once upon a time, in the heavenly realms of Kailash, Lord Ganesha, the elephant-headed god, was sitting under a big shady tree, nibbling on some ladoos. His pet mouse, Mushika, sat beside him, eyes twinkling with curiosity. It was a peaceful day, and Ganesha was thinking of what new adventure he could go on. Just then, Narada, the wise and playful sage, appeared with a bright smile. In his hand, he held a large golden mango that sparkled like the sun. "Ganesha, I have a special mango for you," said Narada, "but this is no ordinary mango. It's a magical mango that grants wisdom to whoever eats it. However, it can only be eaten by one person." Ganesha's eyes grew wide with excitement, but just as he reached out to take it, his brother Kartikeya arrived riding on his peacock, with feathers shimmering in the sunlight. Kartikeya looked at the mango and said, "If this mango is magical, I should have it. As I am the older and the faster one, I can even fly across the world on my peacock." Ganesha, who was slower but wiser, scratched his head. "But I want the mango too, brother. What should we do?" he asked, looking up at his parents, Shiva and Parvati, who were watching nearby. Their mother, Parvati, smiled warmly. "We will settle this with a challenge," she said. "Whoever can circle the world 3 times and return first will get the mango." Kartikeya's face lit up, and he immediately hopped onto his peacock. This will be easy, he thought, as he soared into the sky, flying around mountains, rivers, and cities at lightning speed. Ganesha, however, knew he wasn't as fast as his brother. He looked at his small mouse Mushika and sighed. "How will I ever circle the world on Mushika?" he wondered. But then his clever mind sparked an idea. Ganesha smiled and said, "The world doesn't just mean the earth. To me, the world is my parents because they are everything to me." With that, Ganesha got up, walked around Shiva and Parvati 3 times and bowed before them. "Mother, Father, you are my universe. I have circled the world," Ganesha said, his eyes twinkling with love and cleverness. Shiva and Parvati smiled proudly at their wise son. At that moment, Kartikeya flew back, certain he had won. But when he saw Ganesha standing there with the golden mango in hand, he was puzzled. "How did you beat me?" Kartikeya asked, breathless from his long journey. Ganesha grinned. "I circled the world in the way that matters most, by walking around our parents who are my world." Kartikeya thought for a moment, then smiled too. "You are truly wise, brother," he said, patting Ganesha on the back. "You deserve the mango." And so Ganesha enjoyed the magical mango, which made him even wiser than before, and Kartikeya learned a valuable lesson about love and wisdom. That night, as the stars twinkled in the sky, Ganesha, Kartikeya, and Mushika all sat together, sharing stories and ladoos under the moonlight. And from that day forward, Ganesha's cleverness and devotion were remembered by everyone, reminding us that sometimes the fastest isn't always the smartest, and that love for family is the greatest wisdom of all. The end. Once upon a time, on the peaceful mountain of Kailash, where Lord Ganesha lived with his parents, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, something funny happened. Ganesha, with his round belly and joyful smile, was spending the day doing one of his favorite things, eating sweets. On this particular day, Ganesha was given a huge pile of delicious modaks by his mother Parvati. These were his absolute favorite. He sat under a tree, stuffing his cheeks with modaks and sharing some with his friend Mushika, the little mouse who always stayed by his side. While Ganesha was happily enjoying his sweets, a small white cat wandered into the garden. The cat looked at Ganesha's modaks with hungry eyes, and Ganesha noticed. Ganesha, being the kind-hearted god that he was, wanted to play with the cat and said, "Hello there, little cat. Do you want to play with me?" The cat meowed softly but didn't seem interested in playing. Instead, it kept looking at the modaks. "Oh, I see," Ganesha said with a grin. "You want some of my modaks? But before I share, let's play a game. Let's see if you can catch me first." He laughed and off he went, running around the garden. Now, Ganesha wasn't the fastest runner with his big belly, but he had so much fun playing with his friend Mushika. The little cat chased after him, but soon got tired and gave up. Ganesha giggled and ran back to his pile of sweets, but as a playful trick, he gave the cat a tiny tap on its head. "Tag, you're it," Ganesha said cheerfully. The cat, surprised, ran away into the forest, leaving Ganesha behind. After a while, tired from playing, Ganesha decided it was time for a nap. He gathered up his modaks, curled up under the tree, and fell into a peaceful sleep. Mushika curled up next to him, snoring softly. When Ganesha woke up, he felt a little strange. He noticed his arms and legs were covered in scratches and dust, and his belly was a bit dirty too. What happened to me, he wondered. Feeling confused, Ganesha went to see his mother, Parvati. "Mother, look at me. I was just playing in the garden, but now I'm all scratched up. What could have caused this?" he asked. Parvati smiled gently and wiped the dust off her son. "Oh, Ganesha," she said kindly. "Do you remember the little white cat you were playing with earlier?" Ganesha nodded. "Yes, but I was just having fun. Why would I be scratched because of that?" Parvati looked at him lovingly and said, "That little cat was not just an ordinary cat, my dear. It was a form of me. I can take many forms, and today I chose to be the cat. When you play too roughly with others or don't think about how they feel, you can end up hurting them, even without realizing it." Ganesha's eyes widened. "Oh no, I didn't mean to hurt the cat. I was just playing, I promise." Parvati smiled and hugged him. "I know, my son, you didn't mean any harm, but it's important to remember that we should always be gentle and kind, no matter if we are playing with animals, people, or even our friends. They all have feelings, just like you." Ganesha looked down, feeling a little guilty. "I understand now, Mother. I will always be more careful and gentle when I play with others." Parvati kissed Ganesha on the forehead and said, "That's my wise boy. It's never wrong to play, but it's always right to play with kindness." From that day on, Ganesha made sure to be extra gentle and thoughtful, whether he was playing with Mushika, the animals in the garden, or anyone else. And whenever he saw a cat, he would give it a friendly smile and remember the lesson his mother had taught him. Ganesha's heart was always filled with joy, and now it was filled with even more love and kindness for all creatures, big and small. The end.